No.
I'm just saying that's like what they do in prison.
Yeah.
Did you see Orange is the New Black?
I mean, you can see a lot. Yeah. I mean, toilet wine's a thing.
That's crazy.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Crushable. Glad you can make it. How the hell are you? More importantly, how the hell are you, darling?
I'm doing pretty good. Super excited about our first episode.
Don't sound too excited.
You might be thinking to yourselves, hey, their glasses are kind of low. Hey, that decanter's pretty empty. And you're asking yourself why. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the second time we are recording this episode tonight because the first time we fucked up the sound.
That's right. Never said we were trained professionals when it came to the technical stuff. I just love researching it and I like applying it to my very limited knowledge. But hey, lesson learned, we'll never make that mistake again.
That's true.
That is true.
Better the first time than like the 20th time.
Yeah, that is exactly true. So one of the big things that we do here is we're going to be covering Pacific Northwest wines. Why? Well, we live up here and it is Mother Nature's grape haven for the U.S. So with that, we got a lot of options. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
California who?
Don't
know her.
That's all right. We're going to learn a little bit why California kind of fizzled, in our opinion. But yeah, with that, we want to cover a bunch of stuff up here. Now, granted, this is not going to be exclusive. We are going to be doing some travels as time progresses. So if anything, sit back, hang out, enjoy one, and drink yourself some wonderful vino. So with that, babe, what do we got going on?
So our first episode is dedicated to Oregon State because they just celebrated a birthday.
Happy birthday.
166 years on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Day. 166 years of Oregon. So of course, we have to do a Pinot Noir.
Yes.
From Oregon. That's what they're known for good reason. And we're going to do none other than Willamette Valley Vinyards Pinot Noir.
That's right.
One of the best there are.
Now, this is a 2022 vintage. Mm-hmm. It's their estate Pinot Noir, too. So that's a nice thing because it's a little bit more condensed as far as where they're getting all their grapes from. Instead of it being a conglomeration, it's basically just a single estate. That's it. Couple little things about here is it was harvested on October between the 3rd and the 18th. So that's a bit of a late harvest there.
And very specific.
Yes, that is very specific. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. Nicely enough, they were able to provide that information. Don't expect this to always be the norm.
It's not the norm.
Yeah. It was aged 10 months in French oak. About 10% of that was new. The other 90% was neutral. So it's going to give it kind of not so rounded off of flavor, but it will still be very nice. It's going to give it a little bit extra. The alcohol content is kind of right there, smack dab in the middle, 13.5%. So we're going to be feeling that a bit too. And then also, as far as its color, I mean, I don't know if the camera is picking this up, but it is almost dead on ruby. So that is going to be a little bit darker than your normal Pinots. I mean, it's still got.
No, I feel like it's pretty spot on.
Nah, I mean, I'm used to lighter stuff. Stuff's got a little bit more red in there, not so much like a deep red.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, yeah, I mean, you can still see, whatever. Anyways, well, with that being said, my lovely fiance, why don't we go ahead and try some of this bad boy out?
Cheers, honey. It smells like straight up, like dried strawberry.
I know I'm getting like cherry cola out of it, like dried cherries, cola, cherry cola.
It like punches you in the nose, but like in a good way.
It's also got like either baking spice or something in particular on the baking spice side too. It's very warm in its aroma. I like that. On the flavor side, I will say it's pretty medium for my tastes. Got some raspberry, some jamminess to it. I like it.
It's a pretty tart cherry.
Yeah, that too. Like tart cherry, raspberry jam.
But like medium bodied.
Yeah, definitely a bit dry on the finish. I like it.
Yeah.
A little bit more tannic than what you'd normally expect. Now, granted, I've already been proven wrong at least once in this segment. So, but yeah.
It will happen again.
Exactly. So a couple fun facts. The Willamette Valley Vineyards was originally founded in 1983 by our boy Jim Burnau.
Shout out.
Yeah. Now I will say this though, not the first guy to do Pinot up here. So,
and he will not be the last.
That's right. Yeah, certainly not. But no, Pinot is really what put the Willamette Valley on the map, really. I mean, there was one big producer down in Southern Oregon back in the 60s. Kind of a unique, interesting fellow, but took our friend Mr. Lott for him to let whatever.
I told you I want to be the first.
But yeah, so Mr. Lett, he actually brought Pinot Noir up here and kind of made the whole region what it is now. So late 60s, man was going to be a dentist down in the Bay Area, is going to school. Kind of had a fateful day where he just decided, hey, never really gave a hoot about wine. Let's go to a vineyard and just kind of picked a random one on the map. And absolutely fell in love. Changed his trajectory in life 1,000,000%. Mm-hmm. To the point where he asked his parents, or didn't really ask him, just told him, hey, I'm done with this. I found out that UC Davis has a viticulture program and I want to do that instead. So they basically said, hey, if that's what you want to do, give it your all. Do not waver. And that's exactly what happened. So he did that program, finished successfully as one obsessive wine person would. Then decided to go take some time over in France and essentially just be a farmhand and kind of learn the ways over there, the old ways, and see how we could apply that to more modern winemaking processes that were being practiced.
New world.
Yeah, new world.
Yeah, if you will.
There we go, new world. My babe's got all the vocab. But yeah, so went over there and then he became obsessive. Now, granted, this is our second time filming this tonight, but I too like to obsessively research. The only thing I didn't research is how OBS works when you're recording. So there we go. New thing for me to geek out on this week.
It happens.
But yeah, so with him, same thing. Notebooks and notebooks and notebooks, just going nuts, going bananas, trying to figure out how can I get the same flavors, the same aromas, the same everything I'm getting here in the Burgundy region over to the US, because he was not really that thrilled with what they were doing up in Northern California. He loved what it, Northern. Yeah, that's right. He loved the idea. He loved the process. He fell in love with the industry as a whole, but he felt like the wine could be better. Not only that, it could be more like a Burgundy wine. So came back to the States, all the connections he made over in Davis, convinced them to let him essentially have 100 clippings. But that wasn't it. He knew that region was not great. He knew it was not going to be what a Burgundy wine was going to grow at. So with that, part of his obsessive research was trying to figure out the perfect region in the United States that was going to give him that, or as close to perfect as possible. And after all this investigation, what he came down to is the latitude line that Burgundy sits on. That was it.
So smart.
That's all it took. Started tracing a line across an atlas. Sure enough, landed right there in the Yamhill County area. So found a farm that let him buy just a little corner of their lot. And from there, started growing those clippings. And the rest was history.
That's awesome. That was in the 60s, right?
Yeah, that was like, I think 69 is when he first started. Somewhere around there. Met his wife around the same time. And they just became obsessed to the point where it influenced a lot of other nerds and geeks and people from all walks of life to get involved to the point where now it's a force to be reckoned with,
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, that's a cool thing there. But going back to Jim,
boy.
The crazy thing with him. So it took Mr. Lett, took him until he was basically in his 20s to get to this revelation.
God, so old. His 20s.
Not for now. Not this guy. That's right. I'm just saying. He already had a life going. He was actually going to college for something else. Yeah. No. He got his mind changed.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Not this guy.
The American dream.
Not Jim. Okay. So what happened here, is his dad was a lawyer over in Roseburg. And he was hired by a winemaker down in California to basically set up the first winemaking license up in Oregon since Prohibition.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So around like 9-10 years old, this kid was in it. He was already the
CEO of Willamette Valley.
Exactly. Okay. Yep. He was already in this world to the point where at 10 years old, he stole some Concord grape juice from his mother. And with a couple things that he found throughout encyclopedias that were in their home, figured out how to ferment the grape juice into wine. 10 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, you might be saying to yourself, is this man a full-blown alcoholic today? No.
I'm just saying that's like what they do in prison.
Yeah.
Did you see Orange is the New Black?
I mean, you can see a lot. Yeah. I mean, toilet wine's a thing.
That's crazy.
And
I'm like,
essentially that was the level of quality he got out of it.
I'm just like, what if, I mean, if you're making alcohol at 10 by fermenting grape juice,
just by a couple things you saw in an encyclopedia.
Like, let's think, Lob, that it didn't go the wrong way.
True.
Because it could have. Like, let's be honest.
I will say my life probably would have had a different trajectory if my friends chose wine over Natty Light. Just saying.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know. But
thank God for Jim.
Yes. Thank
we now
God
have
for Mr. Jim.
Willamette Valley Vineyards.
Deliciousness. Now, another couple cool things is he didn't just stop there. He wanted to be considered one of the greatest Pinot Noir winemakers in the world. I think he's there. I think he's got it figured out. I mean, Willamette with their tasting rooms, I mean, just every time we go there, just phenomenal selections, phenomenal wines. So they've got it figured out. They've been there long enough. I mean, right when he kind of came around, that was when things started exploding. The 70s was a good time. But the 80s is where things were going wild.
It was popping off down there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. And so with that, they kind of started to snowball that into other aspects of winemaking that really weren't being considered over here. You know, we were kind of churning and burning with the way the economy was for so long. That was kind of our namesake, was that we were just industrious. We're going to get it done. We're going to whatever, you know, whereas in the old world, it was all about care, quality for the environment. Right. Getting consistent results,
patience,
by treating the land with respect. So that's something that he helped found. It's a low input viticulture and enology program, and it's acronym LIVE, LIVE. Yeah, live, whatever. So they were one of the original establishers of that program, and to this day they're 100% on board with it. So that's really cool. Not only that, they do still have a bit of that American flair. Publicly traded company. You want to be an owner? Get on the NASDAQ, start trading, baby.
Literally be a shareholder.
Yeah, you can literally be part owner by just going to the NASDAQ, getting yourself some shares.
That's really
boom,
cool.
You are Willamette Vineyards now. So that's what's nice about what we're drinking today. Figured it'd be a great start to this whole entire crazy thing we got going on.
You cannot go wrong with the Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley.
Hell no, babe.
Especially not Willamette Valley.
Well, cheers again.
Willamette Valley has 11 locations if you're including their couple partner brands that they have. It was Maison Bleue, and there's one more that we will put in the description or over here.
Yeah, put up there.
Right over there.
And in the description.
Right over there.
We're learning with you, people.
They are based out of Turner, Oregon, which is where the estate was, which is where this wine is from. Very delicious. You can't go wrong. I would 10 out of 10 buy this again.
That's right. Wonderful grape juice. Almost the same as what he brewed originally, right?
I'm sure.
No.
Yeah. With that, I have our first story. That is out of the Oregon Zoo. You may have seen, may have not have seen. There's a new baby elephant in town.
Ooh.
I know. I love the elephants. It's my favorite part of the Oregon Zoo. There was a baby elephant born on February 1st. She was approximately 210-ish pounds, they say.
Oof.
That's a big baby.
That's a big
baby. Her name is Tula Two.
Oh, what a
and
name.
her mom's name is Rose Two.
Where's that come
Tula means balance.
Oh.
In a language that I cannot remember the name of. Some type of Hindu. They're Asian elephants.
Oh, okay.
So something like, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll put the language right here.
Yeah.
So sorry. They're Asian elephants. My favorite part of the Oregon Zoo is the elephants. I already said that, but they are truly magical. Oregon has been caring for elephants for over 60 years now.
Ooh, nice.
Also, did you know that elephants are pregnant for 20 months?
Yeah, no thanks. I don't even get pregnant. I don't want to consider
that. Is literally crazy. They announced she was pregnant at the end of 2023.
Yeesh.
It's 2025.
No thanks. So you're
That's
gigantic.
crazy.
You got to lumber around anyways. And now you got to carry this 200-pound cannonball up in you for 20 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not great.
So Tula Two, she comes out, right? She's standing. She's walking within 15 minutes. And I'm just thinking like how useless humans are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, just
like we're useless for so long.
The fact that like a month after a kid is born, there's still parents are on Instagram and Facebook and they're just like
they're like little aliens that like can't hold their heads up.
I will say that cracked my neck pretty well. I like that.
I mean, okay.
Maybe that's why they're doing it.
I mean, their bones are like rubber. Anyway, so Tula Two, you can't see her yet at the zoo as of right now, but you'll be able to see her soon.
Nice.
Super excited. We're going to go.
I almost wonder
updated.
if it's the same language that I got a foster cat's name from. I think it was Singapore. I don't know. But her name originally was Sugar. I thought that was pretty lame. That was,
okay.
Yeah, whatever. Sugar. Come on. So then I started looking up different languages and what the word for sugar was. And I came across something over in Asia that was gula. So you got Tula and Gula.
Tula and Gula.
That's right. She was a foster kitty. So she found a home. But wherever she is, hope you're doing great, Gula. She was a good little fat cat. So, yeah. But that's cool.
What do you got for us, honey bunnies?
Well, like much else about me, I'm going to go on the other end of the spectrum. Keyword spectrum. And I look at it this way. You know, you got all this good stuff going on in Oregon, but they jinxed themselves. I really feel like it was a jinx by making yourself a state on February 14th because of the article I found.
Okay.
Titled, Washington Rules, Oregon Drools.
Oof.
Yeah. So you know where this is going.
I can only imagine.
So this was an article put together by bookies.com. And what they did, as a bookie site would do, is find stats and pit them against each other. See what they can find here. Okay. So what they were looking for is they went ahead and they did Google Trends, spending habits around Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And marriage statistics per state. And what they found, you ready for this?
I'm scared.
Oregon, statehood, February 14th. Dead last in the country when it comes to romance.
50?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. Now, Washington, where we're at, fared a little bit better. Actually, a lot better. 20th. In the whole entire country.
Dang.
So, yeah.
Do you think, well, it rains a lot.
Like I said, you played yourself, Oregon.
It rains a lot in Washington too, but do you think that people are like just depression in Oregon?
I will say from personal experience, when it gets rainy, probably one of the better times in our household.
What?
You know.
I know. For depression?
No. For being anti-depression. Picking up what I put down? People.
Drinking wine?
And what else?
Drinking more wine?
Yeah, sure. My little baby angel. Just so innocent.
What?
If we're cooped up in the house, what usually happens? Yeah.
You're really sick.
That's right. I'm
You're
trying to do
sick.
some innuendos over here, and here you are, just
what'd you say?
your big doe eyes.
Innuendos.
I know it's innuendos, but
You put an R in there.
yeah, I did.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
innuendo.
Oh
Anyway.
my God. I'm
So
done
yeah,
with you.
so with all these, it's one of those things where, like I said, February 14th, could have gone 13th, could have gone 15th, probably wouldn't have happened to you 166 years later, but
Could've been
here
a
we
divorce.
are. Here
No.
we are talking about it.
Depression.
That's
not
right.
buying Valentine's gifts. Getting divorced.
Yeah, not great.
So sorry. Lord.
Not wonderful.
At least you guys have like such good wine.
That is true. I was gonna say that's the thing that like threw me off. I'm like, how the fuck?
How can you be so sad?
Yeah, like what the hell are we doing over here? I just don't get it.
It's crazy.
And that, and then all the outdoors. You got, well, you know, Multnomah Falls. You got all these painted
It's true.
hills. I mean, come
That's
on.
way out there.
Yeah,
They got more sun out there.
that's right.
Okay. Well, for our next segment, every episode, we're going to do a whining. What are we whining about? What are we bitching about? What are we crying about? Okay?
Well, I'll tell you what. I got plenty to whine about this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Because here we are. The week of our lovely Lord, February 14th.
What's our Lord?
Yes.
Cupid?
Yes.
Or no, what's the saint?
Saint Valentine.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Should have got that one. Didn't.
So yeah. So with that, I'm supposed to be home with my darling,
Mhm.
celebrating bomb ass Valentine's Day. Not going anywhere, mind you. See, people think you got to go somewhere on Valentine's Day. You got to get all no.
We're staying in.
Better at home.
Yeah.
We were gonna cook an amazing meal, make some pasta, scratch,
Mm-hmm.
mind you, scratch pasta. Although it's, you know, once you realize how easy it is to make pasta, it's not like a real fucking flex, but
It was dope. though.
it was dope. I will
After we
say
did it
I will never
the next
again
day.
buy pasta, even though we have like 15 pounds of it in the pantry. But
We'll go through it.
so yeah, we had plans. We had things going on
Mhm.
for February 14th. Until PDX Airport decided they wanted to get involved. So we got a little bit of snow. Now, I will tell you people, I am from New England, dealt with the blizzard in 94, heard all about the blizzard of 78. We know a little thing or two about snow. We know how to deal with it.
I was born and raised in Arizona. so-
When I lived
I don't know her.
the last 2 years I was in high school, I lived up in the mountains of New Hampshire. We literally followed state plow trucks to school. Never a day off.
That's crazy.
So
No.
we get 5 inches here and they start canceling flights. I'm on a business trip. Okay. I'm on a business trip, supposed to be home the 13th, cancel my flight
Mm-hmm.
within 10 minutes of me getting settled in the lounge, waiting for my flight home. So this means not only am
So
I,
it was like noon.
yeah, it was like noon,
Okay.
literally 3 hours into it snowing, and they basically shut down the whole airport. So yeah, it's one of those things where, granted, I was in Vegas, but I was not with you. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to sit there and just be miserable because all these things that we were going to do the next day ain't happening now,
I know.
because I knew for a fact I wasn't getting home anytime early in the day. So yeah, that is the bone I have to pick with PDX Airport.
That's fair. But
I
she's
will
cute though.
I will say this. They gave me a whole extra 24 hours to stew, and I think I'm doing a GoFundMe for plow trucks. I mean, you put how many billions?
For the airport?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You know how many billions they just put into that new expansion? Where's the fucking
I don't know
plow
about
trucks? Okay.
Billions, but probably millions.
Well, whatever. I don't know. It's a lot of wood.
PDX does look good.
Yeah. It
But
does.
a plow
It does.
truck would be.
Better.
That is funny.
I mean, you want to cheap out and go with the original iconic carpet. I mean, dude, the savings you got there,
Carpet's
maybe
nice.
1 or 2 trucks.
You gotta do it for the gram with the carpet.
It's something. I mean,
We could
they
do
even
it for the
sold
gram.
old pieces. So that means they made money.
Yeah.
Come on.
They could have bought a plow truck.
Yeah, that's right. So coming soon to a GoFundMe near you. I'm probably going to do it. I don't know.
It's so funny.
Can you imagine
It'd
like
probably
something
make its
as dumb
goal.
as that? Like all
It
of a
would make its goal.
yeah, somebody influential enough is like, can you believe it? Let's do it. And then it's like millions of dollars. And then here I am sitting here like, I thought it would be funny if I did a GoFundMe.
We don't get to keep any of it.
Yeah, you know,
We
that's
just
the
buy
real tragedy here.
multiple plow trucks for PDX.
Well, I mean, you know, we can do it like most nonprofits. It's not a profit if it's going directly into your assigned salary, right? I'm just saying.
We're gonna cut that out. Okay. Anyway, so
What about you? What about you? What are you whining about?
my wine of the episode is gonna be for my homies that bring lunch to work.
Ooh.
Us folks that still drive to work every day. Okay, we're driving to work. We're going into work. We have a 30-minute lunch break. We're clocking in and out. Okay, this is for you. You're also trying to be healthy. You're trying to save $1. So what do you bring to work? You bring a salad because you're feeling skinny in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're feeling skinny. So you're like, I'm
Hyped
gonna bring
up
a salad
to
to
be
work.
healthy.
Okay. And then the 30-minute break comes along and you're trying to eat that salad and you're like literally scarfing it down for dear life. Have you ever tried to eat a salad in 30 minutes?
Yeah, no, I'm in the pain train with you.
I'm literally shoveling.
Yeah.
We're not talking, we're not scrolling, we are shoveling the salad. And you're like praying that you can even finish your fucking green leaves.
It's to the point where it's like you don't even A, you don't really taste it. B, you don't even chew it. You're literally
You can't chew. You have no time. You're not chewing.
It is just a conga line of unchewed, unprocessed whole leaves.
And you're telling yourself you want
you.
it. You're like, I love a feta cheese, leafy, green, fucking whatever kind of salad.
Hoobie doo doobity, cranberries.
Green goddess, exactly. You're telling yourself you want it, and then you like can't even try to enjoy it because you're like, I have fucking 2 minutes, and you're like scraping, and you're trying to finish it, and you probably don't. You barely do if you do, you know?
Yep.
You couldn't fucking do your Wordle on your break. You're not doing Wordle. You have no time. You're scarfing a salad.
Yeah, it's unfair. These are the unfair labor practices that people actually mean.
Is first world problem still a thing that we can say?
I mean, I feel like a lot of places eat salads. So no.
So we can't say first world problems?
I mean, you could still say it. I'm just saying that
we can't do it anymore.
It's not exclusive to the first world.
Oh.
Yeah. I will say this. Spain's got it right. Siesta, whatever it is they call it, in the afternoons.
España.
Fucking 30-minute lunch break. Let's take 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just chill, bro.
But then we'd have to work like 18 hours because this is America.
Right, well, I will say.
I'll take my 30-minute lunch.
I mean,
but I won't be bringing a fucking salad next time. That's for sure.
True. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with that.
We can't be crying all the time. We can't be whining all the time.
With the whining, with the bitching, we got to be a little grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, granted, not looking so hot right now, but to me, glass is still half full.
Glass has to be half full.
That's right. So with the bad comes the good. What are we doing with the good on your side?
For my gratitude, glass half full moment. So we were in Total Wine the other day, getting some wines, looking at some wines, you know.
Now, side note, we have put so much effort into our baller friends at Airfield and at Mario that this is one of the first times we've actually gone to Total Wine for wine.
Our third time.
I mean, like we've rated that back when we were putting together the bar for liquor, but like when it comes to wine, like we really were not putting any effort into that place.
They got aisles on aisles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stacks on stacks, racks on racks.
Racks on racks on racks.
Yeah, that's right.
So my gratitude moment is you can literally go to a wine shop, such as Total Wine, shout out, and get wine from all different vintages, aka years, and countries. Literally countries all around the world. Whenever you want.
See,
like that's crazy.
Yeah, this is that like modernization of the world that is actually a net positive.
Oh yeah.
Because imagine, I mean, even the 70s, it was few and far between finding a wine from outside of even just your specific region, let alone a different country. Australia wines, I mean, granted, they probably didn't really exist that much back then, but still, forget it. French wines, only the best or only ones that people were specifically importing.
Yeah.
Now it's pretty much the world is your oyster. You can get whatever the hell you want.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. And the fact that you can get it with like labels undamaged. I mean, like the shipping has become efficient.
But the wine still tastes good. It's not like damaged by like heat or light. Or,
yeah, the entire distribution process is like one and done. No effort having to put into it anymore because it's so efficient. That's what's cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's what's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
We are. Now, speaking of luck.
What you got?
The time is almost nigh. It's almost springtime. And you know what that means?
Sun.
Vineyard season, baby.
The sun is out.
I am so psyched.
We're going out.
I mean, we've been trailblazing quite a bit.
We've been dabbling.
Yeah, dabbling in the leaving the household once or twice. But this year is going to be different because we're taking all of you jamokes with us. And so with that, I am
what? What'd you call them?
A jamoke. Again, New England, New York. It's a thing.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
I believe you.
Okay, it's a thing.
Not great.
But with that, we are going to be going hog wild. We are going to be going all over the region. Just trying so much stuff straight from the source.
I'm pumped.
Straight off that teat. I am so psyched. I cannot tell you how psyched I am. Teat. That's right. The bung. Straight off the bung, baby.
Like bunghole?
Yeah, that's where that term comes from. You didn't know that?
Don't say that.
Yeah, the holes in the bottom of wine as they sit, or the bottom of anything, a keg, whatever.
Is a bunghole?
A bunghole. That's the filler port.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's the bung of a barrel.
I only know, what are the guys?
Beavis and Butthead?
Didn't they say bunghole?
Yeah, teepee for my bunghole.
I only know that bunghole.
Yeah, that's the fill port for barrels.
That's
with
crazy.
Beer, with whiskey, with just wood barrels in general.
True?
It's called a bunghole.
Is that true?
Yes.
You guys, is that true?
There was literally a place in Somerville, Massachusetts, probably still there, called Bunghole Liquors.
You're lying.
One of the greatest slogans in company history. We're not number one, but we're right up there. You get it? You get it?
Is that true?
It is true. Go ahead, look it up.
I'm doodling it right now.
I am shooketh that you have not heard of. I did not
know that.
The bung of a barrel.
Wait, what am I Googling? Bunghole.
Barrel bung. B-U-N-G.
Barrel bung.
Yeah, barrel bung.
I'm done.
You're going to see a lot of bungholes this summer, okay?
What the fuck does that mean?
That we're going to a lot of wineries. We're going to do a lot of vineyards.
Let me just... What? A barrel bung is a stopper or plug that seals a hole in a barrel or drum. Yeah, the hole is called the bunghole.
Yes.
Bungs can be made of wood, cork, silicone, or other materials. That is literally crazy. I've never heard of that.
Welcome to Webster Merriam Dictionary, babe.
Okay, that was AI, but sure. Oh my God, I've never heard that. Barrel bung, what was the place?
Bunghole Liquors, Somerville, Massachusetts.
Bunghole Liquors.
Yeah. Great place. Wonderful place.
Okay, if they exist, we will put up a link. Bunghole Liquor Store, Salem, Mass.
Oh, Salem, sorry.
Oh
Starts the same letter.
My God. They have 4.4 stars.
Yeah, man. We got some friends that are now out here that are familiar with that store as well.
Bunghole Liquors. They have shirts.
as a kid, a teenager learning about
our whole your goal. Yeah. They have shirts.
Yeah, that was what I'm saying. Is that one shirt? We're not number one, but we're right up there. That was a shirt I wanted so desperately, and I could not get a ride down there from my hometown.
Bunghole is not a dirty word. Oh my God. That is really funny. Okay. Well, you'll learn something new every day.
So yeah, like I said, you're going to be seeing a lot of bungs, a lot of bung holes, possibly, depending on how many of the cellars we're going into that have open barrels. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm
so many bung holes this summer, you guys.
Quite grateful
Get excited.
for where we are regionally. This is going to be a good one.
We're super lucky.
Real good one.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
To our first episode.
Thank you so much. We did it. We got through it, everyone.
Finally.
Yes.
Take 2.
That's right.
It's okay. It is what it is.
I ain't mad at me.
I'm a little mad. It's okay. Thanks, guys.